Hey guys, it's me. I just wanted to give KNS heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical. Okay. Uh, when I first got here, as you guys know, um, the air conditioning was working, and then all of a sudden, 2 days later, the air conditioning system decided to not work. And I called around and could not find anybody within no Sears, no nothing that would be able to work in this area and get a brand new air conditioning system. So I'm sitting here and decided to call local businesses. I called a couple and I wanted to get a price range and a price check on how much a Lennox system would be. The quotes were, some were completely outrageous, some of them were good, some of them couldn't do it for a month at a time, 2 months, 3 months. And I found KNS. And I spoke to their office there, and I told them what was going on. I said, look, I have two little dogs and myself, and I just got here, and I'm, I need air conditioning. I constantly am cooking morning, noon, and night, um, laundry, stuff like that I have no basic choice but to do. Who else is going to do who's going to do your laundry? Yeah, so I'm sitting here and I told the woman, I said, it's going to get hot really quick and it's going to get really, really hot in here. And I cannot, medically speaking, I cannot be in heat. Uh, that is just, too much heat. I can't be in. I can't be in too much cold. I can't be in too much of anything. Like they say, too much of anything is not good anyway. So she turns around to me and says, well, we can get someone there on Thursday or Friday, which was only a day away. Well, I could suffer for a day, I suppose. I'll sit in the bathtub with ice cubes if I have to, but okay, a day. It's not a big deal. They come down, they bring down a brand new Lennox system. We talked about it was, you know, we talked about the Lennox systems. We talked about the other systems. I'm not, sorry to the other competitors, but Lennox lasts a very long time. And that's what I'm used to. I'm sorry, my father spoiled me. We do Lennox or we do nothing. It's just that way. So they get the Lennox system down. They checked out the system that was out here to figure out what was wrong with it, and there was way too much wrong with it. So we put in the new Lennox system, which this is not any fault of KNS. And I'm going to tell you guys that when you get a brand new system, I dropped my headphones. When you get a brand new system, it comes in a box. The company opens it, and usually on site. They don't open it beforehand, which is what KNS does. They open it, they bring it to site, boom, they put it in. They bring it down to here, they put it in, and then not even 24 hours, within a couple hours, the air conditioning system starts pushing out Freon again, or CR143 or 142 or whatever it is right now. To backtrack a little, the first system decided it was going to blow Freon. It was that old, it had Freon in it, blew Freon all over the place, and it had to be shut down. We couldn't even use that. So this new one apparently was defective from the start, and neither myself nor KNS knew about it. And we had kicked it on, and there was nothing coming through the vents. The curtains weren't moving, nothing. You didn't hear, you heard that sound, but you got nothing from the vents. It wasn't that loud, nothing. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I call KNS, and they come right back down, and I mean right back down within the hour. And they open up the cage, because this is a caged unit. It's one of those, big, huge square caged units. They open up the cage, and they open up the inside, and they take a look at it. And they use readings on it and everything, and realize that the condenser has holes in it. The lines have holes in it. Something else was wrong with it. And this was all a manufacturer defect. So what they do is they call up Lennox, and they tell Lennox everything that's going on. And K&S decides that they're going to, instead of leaving us without air conditioning, because now it's really super hot here, they're going to take the initiative and refill the system until they could get the new one in and put that one in, and everything will be fine. They get the new one in after, I think, 1 or 2 refills of the coolant to the old system. They put the new one in. They check everything. I didn't know where to get the filters for this system. I looked around, no idea where to get them. K&S was nice enough to pick up filters for me and drop them off at the house. So I could just put it in and not have to worry about it. The heating system decided that it was going to be wonky. And they came right back down within the time that I called them, not even a week. Came right back down and turned around and checked the system, made sure everything was okay, made sure that the coil was okay, made sure that the system was running right, made sure that, he even told me it needs to be clean. Well, of course, they have about this much space at the bottom of the door. There's no handle on this door. I kid you not, okay? We all know that when you put in a heating system, you put a large door in and you put a handle on it so you can open it up. It's in like a cabinet of its own. This isn't a cabinet of its own. There's no handle. There's about this much gap, if not more, at the bottom of the door. So all of the dust, the dog hair, stuff that I can't control, which I keep the animal hair to a minimum, but stuff that I can't control sucks up into that system because the air, the filters are on the door where they're supposed to be. So now that has to be fixed, which is okay. But like I said, K&S came out, checked over the system, made sure everything was okay. The heating system is on, and as you heard of the bang, we still don't know what that is, because apparently when K&S comes back down, which I'm starting to think that just maybe, you ever go to a doctor, okay, just before you go to the doctor, you feel really garbage and like garbage, and then then you go to the doctors and you're perfectly fine, okay? And that's what I told K&S when they came back down to check it, because, it was working fine. And then after they put the AC unit in, it just decided that it's going to have them on of its own, which usually, you put something in, something else breaks. It's normal. It happens every day. You go to use your toaster, your microwave breaks. You go to use your microwave, your toaster breaks. It's just all that garbage. They come down, they checked it out. They checked it out again yesterday. It's working fine. It's just, it's not a completely old system, but it's old enough to where it probably should be replaced in the next 5 to 10 years. They did check it out. Everything works here. Okay. I also had put a warranty on a maintenance plan of the air conditioning system and the heating system, that they'll come out and they'll check it, and once a season or twice a season. It's just been checked, so it's good for the winter. She's good. They made sure everything was perfectly fine. The Lennox system is great for the winter. So during winter time, I didn't ask them if I should get a coolant cover for that, so there's no snow or whatever on it. But the last one that was here, which apparently was the original unit, didn't have a guard cage. Now, Lennox is notorious for having guard cages because you mow a lawn, you kick up, and everybody knows this, you kick up rocks. The rocks will damage the blades, it'll damage something inside, it'll put pinholes or anything, and this system has a cage around it, so you don't have to worry about that. Unless you're doing high-speed rock from NASA, then I'd worry about it. Until then, I don't worry about it. It's a no-touch thing, and I absolutely adore it. I mean, I'm looking at some of the reviews for K&S, and I'm not understanding what the issue is with them. I'm really not. I have not had, a problem with it per se, to where they have not gone above and beyond what they're supposed to do. Um, as you guys know, as a reviewer, I don't throw shade unless I have to, and I don't beat around the bush. So, telling you the experiences that I had, maybe yours is different. I don't know, but I have not had a problem with this company. Um, People have had issues with this company. I so far have not had an issue with this company. They've gone above and beyond what they're supposed to do. What other company that you know of that puts in a brand new air conditioning system and you turn around to them and go, hey, I don't know where to get the filters, and they just say, okay, well, you know what? If you want, we'll pick up the filters for you. I don't know of any. Honestly, I don't know of any, except for now. Um, what's there to say? And the technician yesterday, I was live on YouTube, and he's like, what's that? I did a shout out to KNS. Because we were on live at the time. I was on Adam's channel. I don't know if you guys have ever checked out his channel, but yeah, I usually go live on his channel when I can, when I have the time, when I'm not busy, when I'm not, believe me, I'm always busy. If there wasn't a time I wasn't busy, I would be happy. Or if I wasn't doing anything, no, I'll take that back. If I didn't have anything to do, I'd probably be out of my mind because I need to keep busy. But with that said, I wanted to let you guys know about KNS because out here, they do Carrier. I'm not a Carrier fan. I haven't been a Carrier fan. Sorry to Carrier. I really haven't been a fan of your products. For industrial, if, you like Walmart or something like that, you would need a Carrier system. For something, like home to where it's residential, I wouldn't recommend Carrier. You want something that's 25 years or more, I would go with Lennox. Honestly, I would go with Lennox. I mean, even if I was industrial, but that's just me. Other people have the preference that they love Carrier. They have never had a problem with Carrier. I had it once. I don't like their stuff. Lennox is a name that I've always done, and that's, everybody wants something different. So, but KNS heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical. I didn't tell you guys the best part about this. When they were here, most heating and air conditioning, plumbing, electrical places that do put in AC units do not check your breaker box. They just put the system in and walk away. Okay? And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but remember, I used to do security, so I was sitting on a lot of construction sites, residential and industrial, and I have yet to see somebody go into that electrical panel and check it to make sure that that breaker is operational and is perfect before they put in the system. They usually do that afterwards, and that's after something happens. KNS didn't. Okay? When they came in and they put that in, the first thing they did was to check out the electrical box to make sure it was okay. And the electrical box itself was fine. The breaker inside was not. Okay? The breaker inside, apparently, and this is illegal, and for anybody who decides to do this, you are risking your life, property, or somebody else's. Do not do this. Do not take a breaker and shave one side of it down to make it fit inside. Oh, don't do that. And that is ridiculous. And as you can tell, even the dogs have an opinion on it. But they came in at KNS and fixed that breaker, put a brand new breaker in, put the wiring back, made sure everything was great, and made sure that it was making connection on both sides instead of putting it in this little, I don't even know why somebody would shave a breaker, but they did. It was done. KNS fixed that issue. That could have been, I could have been asleep, okay? And there could have been a fire in that closet. And because it's in a closet, it's near water. Okay, there's a water pipe there. Don't ask me. There's a water outlet there. There's the electrical in there. And then I have my clothes in there. And I have a lot, okay, of stuff. Not just my clothing, but I have in there bedding, sheets, pillowcases, pillows, um, stuff like that. Could you imagine? Now, the bed's right here. Okay, right behind me is the bed right here. Okay, the closet is like right there, right across from there. So you're talking about sitting there with the electrical box right in that closet, right across the way, for going to sleep with an electrical box there, having a shaved side of one of the breakers. It decides that it's not going to trip because it doesn't have that one side. And all of a sudden, boom, we have an electrical fire. There's pillows, pillowcases, blankets, everything in there to keep feeding that fire. And then, of course, it melts one of the pipes. Now we got a bigger issue. One of the pipes, it decides that it's going to melt that pipe because of how hot it is in there. And that causes more water to go into that breaker. And then I have the whole area on fire while I'm asleep. It's not smart, not good. K&S had decided that they were going to make sure that that would not happen. They checked the whole breaker box. They checked every single breaker in there. They made sure that everything was ready to go before they left. They kicked on the system. They powered it up 3 or 4 times. They ran it through its cycles and made sure that that was good. The same thing with the heating system. When it was being wonky, they power cycled it 3 or 4 times, and they made sure that that was good. So, you know, that's why I'm trying to figure out why people are having so much trouble with K&S, because I'm not having trouble with them. I'm really not. And honestly, okay, I'm sitting here, and a lot of people don't know who I am. And it's not that I don't like it that way, but it gives me a better sense to be able to go out there. And then when I work with companies and they don't know who I am, it's better for you guys, so I don't have to sit there and say, well, I know this company and I've worked with them many, many, many times. I know how they are. And then if something happens, I'm like, yeah, it's not. No. When I work with a company like this and I have them do something for me, I usually pick the company that, and I don't know if you guys do this too, or some reviewers do this, the ones that have, when you're looking at the reviews on there and you see like 3 or 4 people that have great experience, and then you see 50,000 people that are sitting there, and K&S doesn't have 50,000 people, I'm exaggerating, but still, they have people that, are just saying 1 or 2 word comments. I never got this. They never showed up. And meanwhile, a lot of these people never even heard of the company, didn't know who they were, didn't even call them, and are complaining and stuff like that. So I picked, after having all this done, I went and read back on the reviews. Now my computer screen is kind of like right. Yeah, right. I can touch it from my phone. If I put my finger to my phone, to my PC, it's like that much. Not even, it's probably that much away from it. And I was looking at the reviews after they did all this, and I'm sitting here going, how is that possible? How is that possible that all these people are having so bad of an experience with this company, but yet they don't know me? Didn't know I was on social media, didn't know who I was, didn't know I was Ladydarksky, didn't know my Google, nothing. Had no idea who I was. And yet I have this great experience that these other people aren't having. Now, 5 or 6 people have had that great experience that I'm having, but then there are these group of people that are not having this experience, and I'm trying to figure this out. Now, I know there are a lot of people that sit there and do reviews, and there are a lot of fake reviews out of there, and you have to be so, so careful about who reviews what and who you know and this, that, and the other. But there are so many fake reviews that you really, really have to be careful. I mean, extremely careful on what you are reading, whether it comes to Amazon, Facebook, Google, blogs, YouTube, The list goes on and on. If you're going to look at a review and it's not, and I usually frown upon friend and family to ask for a review because a lot of times people aren't impartial to it. And they turn around and they only have good to say, you know, about a company. There's always good and bad about a company. Like, for instance, some companies, when they come into your house to do, you know, anything, they don't wear stuff to protect their feet, and they track mud in the house and stuff like that. I didn't have that incident with K&S either. What did I have an issue with? Oh, yeah. Okay. There is not a breakdown in communication, but there is a wait time. With K&S, it's like, oh gosh, about a day, if that, between that. But that's not a communication breakdown. That's an overload with, it is, you know, changing the season. People are going to want their heating thing. I did the beginning of the season. There were months, weeks where I wasn't going to be able to get anybody. K&S jumped on it. This is not one of these big, huge companies. I mean, this is not one of those like Walmart or Target or Ulta. This is a rather, you know, small to medium company. They have a handful of staff. I think I've met most of them because they were here when they did I met the electrical guy. I met Richard McCann. I met Adam. I met Richard's team. Richard is the project manager, in case you guys wanted to know. Adam was here yesterday checking out everything. He's a technician. I think he does electrical as well as cooling and heating. Not sure. But, you know, there's various people, but there isn't more than, I would say, I don't know, I've met 15 of the staff there. I haven't met anybody at the office, you know, that answers the phones or anything in person, but I have met a lot of their staff, and I'm wondering if they have a fleet of over 100. If they do, I'd be surprised. But I have to say that for a small to medium company, and they're in Edina, Edina. I'm still learning to pronounce things here. This is new for me. Don't judge. Hey, I can say Stewartville, Rochester, Oronco, Winona. What was that one from? Wabasha. Okay, so I can say those. I'm still learning the other ones, so please don't come at me. Everybody learns at their own pace. I just got here, okay? It's only been a couple months. Give Lady a break. But with that said, look, bad experiences happen to everybody. I'm not saying that people didn't have these bad experiences. I mean, they could have had a bad experience anywhere and walk down the street, trip over, I don't know, your own 2 feet. It's a bad experience. You can inhale a bug when you're sleeping. You know, it's a bad experience. But I'm saying that I did not have myself, Ladydarksky, Sheila, you know, everybody knows me. Hey. I did not have a bad experience with K&S. Not at all. And I would suggest that if you did call them, okay, because that's the biggest complaint is it seems to be that people call and they never receive a call back. Well, you know, I'm going to tell you guys this, like I told many people that were, you know, called for a job and then decided that they weren't going to call back. And it for weeks and weeks and weeks. If you don't receive a call back within a day, 24 hours, call them back. Okay? Basically, just call them back. Things happen. Okay? We've had a thunderstorm last week. For any of you that decided to call them on like Friday, that bugger came in. There have been tornadoes around. There have been flash flood. They were cloud to ground lightning. We had hail. If they didn't get it, my intuition, because it happened here, the power went out. When the power goes out, everybody knows power goes out, you have an answering machine, and you don't have, the electronic one that is attached to your phone and not the base one for office. You're not going to receive any of those messages. Honest to God, you're not going to receive any of those messages. They're going to wipe because, boom, electrical current goes through and done. It's done. Once the power goes out, you can try and leave a message all you want. Leave the message, nobody gets it. It's like the porch light's on, but no one's home. Okay? So if you don't get an answer from K&S within 24 hours, just call them back. I only had to do that like once. It happens. Hey, power goes out. Or, hey, power flickers. Or, oh my gosh, we're all human. The phones go out. I didn't charge my phone. Or, we're human. Things happen. Things that we can't control. So if that's the only gripe, come on, guys. Really? Hey, we're only human. Other than that, their service is excellent. I mean, what could I say bad? My dogs like them too. They don't bark when this is funny. K&S could come down and they don't bark at them until they're leaving. It's like, hey, you're not allowed to leave. Stay here. So, yeah. Hey, animals know first, right? And with that said, check out K&S if you're in the area here. They have 2 offices, Rochester, Minnesota, and Edina, Minnesota. Check them out. Yes, I'm in Minnesota, in case anybody's wondering. Okay. Check that out. Check them out. Hey, tell them I sent you if you want. They probably still don't know who I am on social media. It's okay. It's okay. It's really okay. And, well, stay cool. We're actually here. Stay warm. Yeah, I know. It's almost that time. I'm not going to say the dreaded S word, okay? We all know what it is. It's that white powdery stuff that we don't like. And sorry for the background noise, but that's the heating system, and that's the way it's supposed to work. So, yeah, as you can tell, it's getting hot in here, okay? It's getting hot in here. So, yeah, I'm warm, and I'm happy. So, yeah, K&S has done exactly what they're supposed to do, if not more. Give them a chance. Check them out. You can check them out at ksheating.com. Check them out. Honestly, give them a chance. And apparently, my heater, that was the bang from the heater. Hey, metal expands. What do you want from me? With that said, I will see you guys in the next video. Be good to each other. Stay cool where you are if it's hot. Stay hot if it's cool where you are. And I will see you in the next video. Be good to each other, guys. Bye.